Welcome to the Southern New Hampshire University Week in Review, where we recap the past week's events in Penmen athletics. Women's lacrosse dropped both its games last week against St. Anselm College and Lemoyne College. The Penmen opened with a 16-8 setback against the Hawks on Larkin Field before falling at home to the Dolphins by a final score of 17-7. Alexa Bedell scored 3 times against St. Anselm on Tuesday, while Kristen Wilder added a pair of goals, and Alexa Allen and Casey Duggan each tallied a goal and an assist. Bedell again shouldered the offensive load on Saturday as she accounted for 4 points against Lemoyne. Bedell found the back of the net on 3 occasions and handed out a helper, and Jackie Richardson also checked in with multiple points on a goal and an assist. Allen and Duggan added single goals for Southern New Hampshire, as did Ellen Decker, who also scored against the Hawks. Women's lacrosse looks to get back on track on Wednesday when it heads to Merrimack College for a 4 p.m. contest with the Warriors. To the Diamond we go, where the Southern New Hampshire baseball team posted a 3-0 mark last week against St. Anselm and Bentley University. The 14th-ranked Penmen kicked off the week with a 3-1 triumph over their Queen City rivals and closed things out with a sweep of the Falcons on Saturday, 1-0 and 5-4. Carson Helms led the offense against the Hawks with a 3-for-4 performance that included the go-ahead home run in the 6th inning and a pair of runs scored. Justin Valdespina fired 6 innings and allowed just 1 unearned run while striking out 7 to improve to 4-1. Tim Vehoff threw 8 1/3 shutout innings and recorded 6 punch-outs against Bentley in Game 1 on Saturday to improve to 4-0. Ryan Gendron drove in the lone run of the ballgame on an RBI double that plated Helms, and Jake Walkinshaw picked up his 6th save of the season with a 6-4-3 double play in the bottom of the 9th. Game 2 saw Ivan Klo work 5 innings of shutout relief, allowing just 2 hits while striking out 1 to earn his first career win. With the game tied at 4 in the top of the 6th, Matt Rabito came through with a pinch hit single to right that scored the eventual game-winning run, as Walkinshaw nailed down his 7th save of the season and 2nd on the afternoon to preserve the 5-4 win. Baseball is back in action on Tuesday with a return trip to Bentley for a 3:30 first pitch against the Falcons. On to softball we go, and number 20 Southern New Hampshire extended its winning streak to 5 straight games with doubleheader sweeps of Post University and Merrimack. The Penmen took 2 from the Eagles by scores of 17-11 and 7-1 on Thursday, before kicking off a 9-game homestand with a 3-2 victory followed by a 12-5 triumph over the Warriors. Katie Caruso was the catalyst all week for Southern New Hampshire on offense, as she was 8 for 13 with 2 home runs, 7 RBI, and 7 runs scored. She started with a 5-hit day against Post that included her 2 long balls and 6 RBI, and followed it up on Saturday with 3 more hits, as she now sits atop of the Northeast 10 Conference with a .446 batting average. Sarah LaValle posted a 3-0 week in the circle for the Penmen with 19 strikeouts and a 2.25 ERA in 18 2/3 innings of work. LaValle also tossed a complete game and upped her record to 7-2 this season. Erin Garzinski wrapped out 8 hits and 15 trips to the plate over the span of 4 games last week and belted her first career home run in Game 1 against the Eagles, which proved to be the game-winning hit. Garzinski drove in 3 runs and scored 6 times, and she joined Caruso in being named the NE10 Softball Player and Rookie of the Week. Softball continues its schedule Wednesday against Franklin Pierce University in a conference twin bill scheduled to begin at 3 p.m. Women's track and field began its inaugural season at the Wesleyan Spring Classic at Wesleyan University on Saturday. The Penmen earned victories in the 4x100 relay and the javelin throw. Skylar Shagru, Sydney Blaze, Maddie Holt, and Kylie Lorenzen helped Southern New Hampshire cruise to a win in the relay with a time of 51.02 seconds, while Sahara Brown fired the javelin 43.07 meters. Brown's toss provisionally qualified her for the NCAA championships and topped her next closest competitor by well over a meter. Women's track is back in action on Saturday when it makes the trip to Dartmouth, Massachusetts for the UMass Dartmouth Invite at 10 a.m. Men's lacrosse was in action just once last week, and the Penmen were on the wrong side of a 17-5 final against second-ranked Lemoyne. Cameron Joyce and Kiefer Heckman each collected a pair of points on a goal and an assist, while Devin Calkins, Chris West, and Will Thompson accounted for the remaining Southern New Hampshire scores. Men's lacrosse resumes play on Wednesday as it hosts Bentley on Larkin Field for a 7 o'clock face-off. Men's tennis wrapped up the week with a 9-0 blanking of Adelphi University. Tiago Fernandez and Miguel Moreros took the first doubles flight 8-4, before Xavier Aubron and Ricardo Moreros joined Sebastian Ramirez and Max Georgiev in posting 8-1 victories at number 2 and number 3 doubles. Each of Southern New Hampshire's 6 singles matches went in straight sets, with Ramirez highlighting the afternoon by topping his Panther counterpart 6-3, 6-love at 5th singles. The Penmen continue their schedule on Tuesday when they head to Bentley for a Northeast 10 tilt against the Falcons at 3. That's it for this week's Southern New Hampshire University Week in Review. Check back next week for a full recap of this week's events in Penmen athletics.